I'm stuck in the rough. I can't go anywhere.
I'm racing like they do in gravel.
No, you're not. You're racing better than they do in gravel. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to all the geeks out there in our little geekdom. Welcome to another review. Yes, we have got another review for you.
Apologies for it coming out so late.
We've had some internet issues.
Amongst other things.
Amongst
we've
other
had
things, yes.
difficulties.
But rest assured, it is all sorted out now. We are with a new service provider, and couldn't be happier at the moment. We do like them. They're treating us well. They're taking all sort of good. Anyway, that's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about gravel.
Yeah.
Hence the reason why you saw the cars in the beginning. No, these cars are not in gravel. Sorry, but the closest thing you'll find to a Lamborghini is a Porsche.
We don't have the cars that they have in gravel, and we thought
we just used the only cars that I actually have. Anyway, so we're going to get into this review and talk a little bit about gravel, and then obviously at the end, as you know, you will get the score. So, Kez played the game for longer than I did. She also completed the game. I did not. It was her turn to do the review this time anyway, so it is actually her turn to review the game. So, Angela, I'm going to leave it up to you. You are welcome to do what you need to do. That way. Camera's there. It's not what I meant.
Okay.
Yeah, you're wasting time.
Anyway, so I'm not a big racing car game fan.
I can vouch for that. She hates Gran Turismo.
I don't like racing games. I don't like any racing games, not just Gran Turismo.
Yeah,
most
but she
of them.
despised that one.
But this wasn't too bad. There were obviously some flaws. Like, okay, so I'm gonna start with the bad first. And the two bad things that actually happened is this game actually crashed our PlayStation. So
It didn't crash it. It literally killed it. Not broke it, but
it froze. It completely froze.
Yeah, like a critical error on Windows, basically.
And the first time it happened, I actually got a blue screen saying that the error occurred due to gravel. And then the next day I played the game, just in the middle of a race, it died. It just like stuck.
She had to call tech support.
I couldn't press the PlayStation button. I couldn't go out of the game. I couldn't do anything. It just stopped.
She had to
and
call
it was
tech
like
support.
Stuck on the screen, and I do have a video of it that I will show you guys. Insert clip here. Game frozen. Middle of the race. Frozen. So, those were some of the bad things.
Look,
the other bad things...
Before you carry on there, if you don't mind, me just jumping in here. I do understand that new games have their bugs and things like that. It annoys me when those kinds of bugs are actually let slip through the cracks of the testers, of the QA testers. But yes, I'm sure they will be bringing out a patch for that. That much I can say. So, but it is a pretty big game-breaking bug, that one there. It's annoying.
The other bad things were like you'd be busy racing, and then all of a sudden your car would hit. That's not there.
The invisible wall, guys. You all know it.
There was absolutely nothing there, and I was winning.
The invisible wall.
And there was nothing there. Okay, yes, granted, I played it on very easy, and I had the brake assist and the auto brakes on.
I'm pretty sure they're not supposed to stop like that, though.
Because if I didn't, this game would not be finished, and it would take a very long time to get the review out because it's hard. It's a very, very tough game to play on just the medium setting. I started the game on the medium setting, and I struggled. I struggled my arse off. I think it is because I'm not used to the kind of racing games, but I played it on very easy, and I managed to finish the game. So more of the bad things are the controls. So the controls are very sticky, and in my opinion, I think you should be able to use more than just your left and right triggers and your analog stick to move the car. They should have done a bit more with that.
I mean, you didn't have brake assist and all that, or not brake assist.
No, but I still
auto-braking and all
used
that.
it. From time to time, I used the auto.
That's the controls.
I
though,
used the brakes and
for
stuff.
any racing.
But that's just my personal preference. I think they could have incorporated a bit more buttons. But again, I'm being
Like
fussy.
What?
I don't know.
Handbrake is X.
I don't know. But anyway, aside from that, and again, this is a personal preference. The races, the layout of the races were the same thing over and over again. Yes, the course got a bit longer, but they should have made it a bit more difficult towards the end. Instead of using the same tracks and things over again. And like I said, it's my personal preference. I'm fussy when it comes to games. Off the top of my head, those are the bad things that I found, unless Zip obviously has more, and I go, oh yes. But anyway, so
I have a lot more.
the good things that I found is that it's actually not that bad. The races are short. The races are very short.
The races are shorter than the loading times.
Yes.
No,
The
I'm
races,
kidding.
The races are very,
kidding.
very short. Like the whole career mode thingy is very, very short. Like we actually took a break from the game, and it took us about, in total, it took me about 4 days.
Playtime.
4 days, which is about, put all the amounts of hours I put together, it took me about 24 hours to finish the game.
No.
Maybe a bit longer.
48 to maybe a bit further than 48.
Okay, but it's not a very long game. That's also the issue.
48, it actually is 24, you're right.
The first time we got the game, I started playing it the next day, and I was halfway through, and it took me 4 hours to get halfway through.
Yeah, so you're looking at
so
about
it's
12 hours, actually.
About 12 to 24 hours in total, which is not bad, but it's still a very short game. Look, there's a lot of other things to do as well. The good things in the game is that you want to get all the stars to complete everything. You want to unlock all the cars, which is really cool, and unlock all the maps and the different bonuses that you get. And the game itself wasn't too bad. I don't really have much good to say.
Bad to say.
Much good to say. The game was fun. The game was fun. The races. I found it interesting that you could play against the top racers after certain points. So you had really famous racers that you had to go up against, and it was literally just the two of you, which I found pretty cool. But other than that,
well, I don't know if they really are racers, though. I didn't check it out.
It wasn't too bad. And go. Ooh, sorry. No.
What?
I don't like the fact that the multiplayer is PlayStation Plus affiliated. So we couldn't actually play the PlayStation.
Yeah, that's most of games on PlayStation.
But we couldn't play the
ridiculous.
multiplayer thing because our PlayStation Plus subscription expired. So we actually couldn't do that. And I think that's a bit unfair, because what if people don't want a PlayStation Plus account and they want to play online? That's my 2 cents.
It's always been like that. Unfortunately, that's just the way we deal with it. I don't mind having a PlayStation Plus account, to be honest. Okay, so from my side, yes, that is annoying. I do agree that we shouldn't have to have a PlayStation Plus account to play all of our multiplayer games online. It's annoying. But I don't mind having a PlayStation Plus account because of the free games. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I have it, is because it's the free game. And if it falls... okay, but now I'm going to start with I'm just going to go through it. Screw it. I'm just going to go through it. So, okay. I have a lot of problems with this game. Alright, one, the graphics. So, they're basically on par. They're not great. They're not like Forza 7 or or Forza, whichever one came out recently. They're not Forza and Gran Turismo graphics.
It's still pretty though. The surroundings were pretty. I give them that.
Yeah, no, but again, nowhere near as good as your Gran Turismos and whatnot. So try not to chalk this game up to those games, because you are going to be sorely disappointed. Alright, that is one of the things that I can tell you. You're going to be sorely disappointed with that. Even with the graphics for the cars, they're not as good as the other games, the other two, Forza and GT and Gran Turismo that I talked about. Alright, but where you're looking at at issues that I had with the game, over and above the graphics. I mean, that was a small thing. The controls, like Kez said, were very sticky, and for someone who actually plays, you know, who actually plays a lot of racing games, I don't like that. I don't like having to you know, brake and then slide the car like a freaking arcade game, which is essentially what it is. It is not your racing kind of game. It's literally an arcade game. It's one of those games that you have around for a party and things like that. It's very, very linear, very boring. There's no real. You don't get to upgrade the cars. I mean, okay, yes, you get to screw around with the settings. So you can change the suspension stiffness. You can work with your gear ratios. You can change your ride heights according to the racing or according to the track and all that. Yes, you can do that. But when I say you can't stuff around the vehicle, you can't modify it with upgrades like, for example, a turbo kit, and then you realize, oh wait, I can't just put a turbo in the car. I have to map the car, so I have to put a new exhaust system in. I have to make sure that the engine is mapped properly, otherwise the car's just going to be accelerating and not going anywhere. I've got to make sure that the right gears are put into the car. We need a whole new gear system and all that. Doesn't happen. Not at all. This is your standard, your typical arcade game. Alright, the same thing that Kez had, I had a problem with the invisible wall. Alright, the fact that when you're driving, the car just stops. It hits nothing. There's nothing there. It was annoying. Also, the physics engine. I understand that the guys they're apparently supposed to be one of the best car game companies in the world or something like that. I can't remember. It was something along those lines. But if that were the case, the physics engine, cars do not spin as fast as they do in this game. If you had to jump over a jump, the car would literally just flip over like that and go poof.
In this game, your car flies.
The car spins like this, and it spins and spins and spins at really high speeds. I don't like that. I'm sorry, but a racing game is not supposed to have that kind of physics in a game. Okay, that is also one of the sore points. One of the points that actually hits me hard is that the physics are bad. Again, same as Kez, it's short. Alright, I expected the game to be a lot longer. I expected it to be a Forza Gran Turismo kind of length of game. Even if you can't upgrade your cars, at least make the game a bit longer. I think the game was designed more for you know, people who want to play the arcade side of games and stuff like that.
Look,
I think that's what it was done for.
When we say it's short, we are just talking about the
The
off-road racing.
campaign.
There is the online mode. There is the weekly
There is a weekly
challenges.
challenge. I like
there are
that.
the add-ons.
But I'm getting to the light side.
The free racing things as well. So.
But I is getting to I like things. I don't like that. I think they could have done a lot more with that. But definitely it's an arcade kind of game. All right. So a couple of good points in the game. I do like the way you can. Okay, I'm not a fan of the reverse time thing.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
if you crash into a wall, you can reverse time and then fix it, because in reality that would never happen. So
that helped me a lot.
Yeah, it helped her a lot. She likes it because it's an arcade kind of game. I'm
it
not an
helped
arcade
me a
game.
lot that you could go back in time and fix your mistake.
Yeah, you see, I don't like fixing my
forgot
mistakes. If
about
I make
that.
a mistake, I want to actually live with the fact that I made the mistake. So I generally don't use it. You'll notice that I may have used it once or twice when I buggered the car out badly. Which is also something nice about this game. It's the damage. I like to see the damage in the car. You block them into a wall, it really stops your car up. This one here, you'll see in some of the videos, there's engine damage. So much so that the car was smoking at the end of the race. She really buggered her cars up.
You don't want to see my car.
Yeah.
They look bad.
Okay, so,
You know, like
so that
when
was
you
quite
go,
fun.
Sorry. You know, like when you go to an accident and you drive fast, you go, ooh.
Yes,
that's what
that's what her cars looked like every single time. Okay, mine weren't exactly undented. I have had a little bit of crashes. You know, I drove into walls every once in a while and things like that, but nowhere near as bad as Kez. But then I like my racing games, so I do know how to handle a car. I didn't have a problem with the amount of controls there were. I expect there to be accelerate, brake, handbrake, steer, you know, the usuals. Your shift up, shift down is probably going to be with the right analog. I don't generally use that until I have a steering wheel. Then I'll actually use a gear lever. Otherwise, I can't do it. But it's not the controls weren't too annoying in that aspect. I just didn't like the fact that they were sticky. Other than that, the weekly challenges are quite nice. I like the fact that it actually gives you a challenge and you can sit there for hours trying to complete that challenge. That's fun. That to me is quite awesome. I really wish I got a chance to play online. I wish I got a chance to play the multiplayer. But like we said, my PS Plus account is dead, so I can't do it anymore. I can't play online. Right. So the cars are actually quite awesome. They do. There's a decent variety of them. There's quite a few decent cars. I mean, for example, you got your standards, your Subarus, your Mitsubishis, the Minis in there, Hyundai is in there. There are a few vehicles that aren't in there, which I suspect has got something to do with the licensing, which is Citroen. I didn't see Citroen in there. I suspect it's got something to do with the licensing, but you've got your Fords, you've got the usual rally cars. It's just one which is Citroen. It's not in there. But again, I think that's licensing more than anything else. So the cars, there was quite a wide variety, and there were some pretty cool looks to the cars as well. You could make the cars, you could change the cars' colors and all that stuff.
And you didn't have to pay for any of them.
Yeah, and you didn't have to pay for any of them, but you didn't have to pay for the entire game, which is something I like to earn my money like that through games. I earn money in our race games, so I like to actually upgrade cars part of the time. But anyway, over and above that, it's not bad. I don't like the leveling system. Personally, I don't think that's how a game should level in racing, but again, that's personal preference from my side. But guys, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say.
It's not a bad game, but it's also not a great game.
But anyway, that's about it from us. We've got nothing more to say. Kez is going to give her score. I'm going to give my score. So go for it.
Okay, so with all the good points and the bad points, like I said, it's not a bad game. If you do like off-road rally games, then this is a game that you should get. Just bear in mind of all the pitfalls that we did mention. But it's still it's not a bad game to play. So my score is going to be a 6.
Okay, Kez's score is a 6. That's not a bad score. It's not a bad score at all, especially not for this kind of game. Right, from my side, the game is an arcade game, okay, and I'm a hardcore racing fan. I love playing racing games, whether it's Forza, whether it's Gran Turismo, whether it's any of those games there. I love my racing games. So I do find a few more pitfalls than Kez does when it comes to the game. I do find a few more issues in the game. But again, it's not a horrible game. It is actually not a horrible game. It's actually it's got its good points, but guys, if you are hardcore racing fans and you enjoy rally games like Colin McRae and things like that, this game is not for you. I can honestly tell you right now, it is not for you. This is not the kind of game that you'd want to play. But if you are an arcade fan and you like to go and play that Sega Rally Championship and whatnot, this is the kind of game that you definitely would want to have. It's a good party game.
Casual racing.
Yeah. It's the kind of game that you'd have with your friends. You'd jam it, you'd race against each other and that kind of stuff. That's essentially what this game is. So, not a bad game. Not my favorite kind of game. I'm not impressed with it that much. It's good, but it's not that good. I've seen better. So, my score, you're going to actually laugh at this one, is actually also 6.
We did not
plan
agree.
this. We did not plan this, trust me.
We generally never know each other's scores until it's given.
Yeah. But my score, funny enough, is also a 6. It's as you can
not
see,
bad, but
it's not bad,
great.
but it's not great. I've played better. I actually have played better games. Guys, if you want an arcade game for your friends and stuff like that to party with when you're at like having a braai or something like that, get this game. It's good for that. I have to admit, it's a good game for that.
I'm driving a Zippy Mountain.
Unfortunately, we don't have a second controller, so kids and I couldn't play against each other. But it is that kind of game. It's definitely that kind of game. So, yeah, I'd say that's the kind of game. If this is what you want for when you're having a braai and you're partying with your buddies, get it. It's
Smart
a good game.
houses who say we do have second controllers from watching our Tiki Tuesday videos. Those don't work.
They're busted.
Those don't work.
Those are what I call spares controllers. I rip the spares out and I use them on other controllers.
Ha.
So actually, I only have one controller, or we only have one controller. We are looking at getting more, but that's another story for another time. But yeah, that's it. That's all we can say. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the review.
If you guys have played the game and you want to argue with our score and argue with our
you're welcome
points,
to. Seriously.
please let us know in the comment section what you thought of the game if you have played
Yeah,
it.
if you have played the game, let us know what you think of the game. This is our personal preference. This is what we think of the game, and this is how we feel about the gameplay and all of that crap behind it. So that's just how it works. It's what reviewers do. So if you guys think like me, you know. But anyway, guys, that's it. As always, remember, you can like and subscribe. If you like the video, you can hit the bell icon as well. It'll then notify you of whenever we actually bring out new videos, including reviews like this one. You can also follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Vero. You can follow us on Twitter. I said Twitter already. I meant to say Twitch. We do live stream on Twitch as well. We do them on generally Fridays and Saturdays. But yeah, guys, that's about it from us here at the SA Geeks headquarters. And as always, remember, keep it geeky. Bye.